All right, let's talk. One of the main things that we get asked, whether we're on a trip somewhere shooting fish or at a trade show or even at the boat landing, is why do you guys shoot fish? Why do you guys bowfish? Why are you guys out shooting all these fish at night during the daytime when they're spawning? And sometimes when we get asked that question, you can tell there's a little bit of a negative undertone from the person that's asking you. They maybe don't know bowfishing, they don't know what it's about. This video is just going to kind of be a little bit of a summary of why we bowfish. I'm going to be reading a passage from the WBA website, the Wisconsin Bowfishing Association website. It's under their About Us tab on their website. If you guys are looking for more details, go there to read it. But I'm just going to be reading you guys a passage here as to why bowfishing is so important. Now, this kind of focuses on the Wisconsin aspect of things, but I think it will very well summarize kind of what's going on as far as the carp population in the entire United States. So their main heading under that About Us tab is, why is the removal of these rough fish, carp, environmentally beneficial to our lakes, rivers, and streams? Carp were imported into the United States back in the mid to late 1880s from their native lands in Europe. Only a small number of carp were stocked in U.S. waters at first. However, those few fish multiplied and spread quickly. In 1871, California received 5 German carp. Most of the carp in the United States today are descendants from 345 domesticated carp that the U.S. Fish Commission imported from Germany. If that doesn't show you how destructive and invasive those fish are, I'm not sure what does. That all the carp in the United States are from 345 that were brought back in the 1800s? That's wild. From 1879 to 1896, the federal government distributed carp throughout the United States and Canada. These carp, which were once considered a great addition to our waterways, soon became much less popular within the United States. Fish biologists in the early 1900s realized that carp crowd out many prized native game fish. Carp and their introduction into the U.S. continue to have large-scale impacts to this day. Carp are bottom feeders. Much of their time is spent feeding in water less than 10 feet deep. They typically suck up a mouthful of mud, spit it out, and select their desired food items from the water. The increased turbidity of the water caused by carp impacts the feeding efficiency of fish like largemouth bass and sunfish because they rely on their sense of sight to catch their food. Turbidity caused by the carp feeding process also impact the amount of dissolved oxygen in the water by reducing sunlight penetration and aquatic plant productivity. While digging in sediment, carp release phosphorus that is normally locked up within the bottom sediment. Phosphorus is the main driving force behind algae bloom that happens in many warm water systems. Carp are a very effective invader. Their impacts interfere with the normal spawning of many game fish such as northern pike, perch, and bluegills. The common carp's best defense against predation is its size. Carp grow at an extremely fast pace. They have only a small window of time when they are actually small enough to be preyed upon. Once carp reach 3 pounds, not 1, not 2, only 3 pounds, there are no natural predators to impact their population. Carp can be sexually mature by the end of their first year. They spawn multiple times during the year and can leave as many as 2 million fish eggs per fish. These fish are bad news. They're invasive species. That is why we bowfish. It's a blast. It's fun. You can go out with your buddies, your friends, your family, have a great time out on the water. We're taking care of these invasive species. That's why we bowfish.